Alright, we continue my E3 2017 coverage with Xbox going next. Now, they were better than EA, but a little middling in some parts. It opened with Project Scorpio, of course, being called the Xbox One X, which is very similar to Xbox One S, and it's very confusing to say. Anyway, it's going to launch on November 7th for $4.99, and they didn't spend a lot of time really talking about it, just saying the exact same things as Sony said with the PS4 Pro, where everything's going to be enhanced on Xbox One, it's going to be in 4K. There was no VR talk, which I was actually kind of strange about, because they kind of showed that off with Minecraft earlier last year with the E3 press conference, so that was kind of weird. Also, $4.99 is exactly the mistake they made the first time with the original Xbox One, so I think that's probably going to drop. It's just kind of weird that, you know, everything's going to be enhanced, but nothing, you know, really did it for me. Also, it's weird, Forza 7, not a racing guy, but the fact that they had like a new car on stage, I don't, what purpose was that for? Why? But I would say that's one of the most awkward things that happened in the press conference. I mean, really, who cares about a car on stage? I was kind of surprised to see Metro Exodus, the third game in the Metro series, which is due out in 2018. I didn't really like the first two games. I like the vibe of them. Hopefully this third one will finally correct maybe some things, you know, some problems I had with the original two. But cool. The first game that really got me excited though was Assassin's Creed Origins, which hopefully there was a part in the trailer with like this giant snake. So I'm hoping for a weird supernatural vibe to everything, using all that Egyptian historical mumbo jumbo. Looks fantastic. It has RPG elements, which is great. It looks like Assassin's Creed meets Tomb Raider meets Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm totally okay with that. Looks great. It's coming out October 27th. Actually pretty surprised for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds being ported to Xbox One. That was kind of weird. And then they had like a bunch of smaller games that they kind of went really fast through, and it was kind of hard to really engage some interest in, like Deep Rock Galactic and State of Decay 2. The other bad thing about the press conference was the Darwin Project, which had, you know, an interesting trailer, and then it morphed into a multiplayer thing with a shoutcaster on stage narrating what was going on. Again, I was confused what the game was and who that guy was. It was just kind of a weird, what are you doing? Also, Dragon Ball FighterZ, for that to have a place as a Japanese game in your press conference seems very desperate. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is a huge franchise, but I mean, there's been 1,001 Dragon Ball games, so it was just very, very weird. There's a bunch of other ports and indie games. I'm not going to really go much into a lot of them. My write-up goes a little bit more into detail, at least of everything that was shown. Sea of Thieves showed some gameplay mechanics, but didn't really grasp me, just like last year didn't grasp me. Kind of surprised that Super Lucky's Tale is getting a port in non-VR for Xbox One when it launches on November 7th. The other game after Origins that got me super excited was Cuphead finally has a release date. The trailer was a little short, but that's fine because we get to play it on September 9th, or September 29th. Over the moon for this game. It looks super, super hard, but it's gorgeous, so I'm crossing my fingers it's going to be good. Also, pretty funny that Terry Crews is going to be in Crackdown 3, which they didn't spend a lot of time on. I thought that was missing for so long that they would actually, you know, have it be a bigger presence. And the release date, I had to scrub through it again because it was so small, and then I saw, oh, it is this year. Weird. So I'm interested to get my hands on that. There's a bunch of indie games again in a huge like demo reel. Nothing really catching my eye. Everything looks cool, but nothing really standing out because again, fast stuff. I am super worried about Life is Strange Before the Storm. Love that game. Perfect score. I gave it a perfect score when I reviewed it. But this is a prequel starring Chloe and her friend Rachel. And the thing that was great about Life is Strange, not just the story is fantastic too, but it was the weird time travel stuff that really got me intrigued and, you know, made it stand out from other kind of adventure story-based games. In this one, it's impossible for it to have any of that stuff, so it just seems unnecessary. And then Middle of War Shadow War, I still don't know what to think of that game. It might be better than what I thought of the first game, but looks more the same, but on a bigger scope. I don't know. Another kind of cool thing was original Xbox games are finally coming to Xbox One, which felt like that should be a thing for Microsoft to announce, and you can get some of them right now, but it's like, we're working hard on it, it'll be out later this year. There was no thing in this press conference where, and you can do this thing right now. There was a couple things they said that for, but it's pre-ordering. You can pre-order this right now. Who gives a shit? You can pre-order anything. You can pre-order fucking Final Fantasy VII, the remake, right now. But that game's not coming out for 10,000 years, so what's the point of pre-ordering it? I could pre-order the next Jurassic Park, even though there's no name for it. I could pre-order probably Star Wars Episode 9. There's no stuff. You know what I mean? Pre-ordering, I just hate pre-ordering. Finally, the show closed out with BioWare's new IP, Anthem, which they chose at EA yesterday. And it looks like a weird mishmash of like Evolve and kind of, you know, the BioWare story kind of stuff with Destiny, all kind of mixed in. Just, you know, it got like these big monsters and the lush kind of planet they're on. That's what made me think of Evolve. And obviously kind of a MMO-ish shooter, kind of like Destiny. Looks really cool. Looks gorgeous. You know, the power of the Xbox One X, of course, makes it that good. But, yeah, a lot of really cool games. Maybe a little bit too long. Some confusing output out there for some of their showcases, I guess. Even though there's a lot of great games in here, I just think the pacing was just like a little off, but so much better than EA. So I'm going to give this one a 3, a very solid 3. Look forward to my coverage of more E3 stuff. Tonight will be Bethesda, but for now, this is Xbox and Microsoft, and I'm out of here. Did you know that was a Reaction Examiner video? If you liked it, you should subscribe to me to keep up with everything that I'm doing. Also, if you have some other interests, like sex for example, check out Tum Ups, which is a comedy sex podcast thing wherein my best friend and I check out the weird and abnormal and the erotic. And of course, you should support me on Patreon because, hey, I want to make the channel better, and I want your help to do so. Plus, if you want to check out my writing, check out Game Jerk, where I have archives and new stuff for all projects, okay? You can find all the stuff and more in the description with the links below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.